Djibouti's incumbent President Ismail Omar Guelleh is expected to win a fourth term in office after Friday's elections. Although vote counting is still underway, Prime Minister Abdoulkader Kamil Mohamed said on national television that Guelleh has been elected in the first round. That's according to preliminary results. Now, Guelleh took over power in 1999 and some have criticized his administration for its tight grip on power. He faced 5 opponents in the election, but 3 opposition parties boycotted the poll. They've complained of media bias and police brutality under Guelleh's rule. The small East African country is strategically important for the entire region. Well, let's bring you an update now on those elections. I'm joined live from Djibouti by CCTV's Clementine Logan. Clem, of course, we know that vote counting is still underway, but of course the preliminary results are very telling. Just what is the latest coming out of Djibouti?
Well, for most people today, Lindy, it was just back to business as usual. It was a very quiet start to the morning after a late night of vote counting that went into early morning. And as you said there, the Interior Minister released a statement that said Ismail Omar Guelleh had won in the first round. He secured his fourth term with 86.68% of the vote. The main opposition candidate, Omar Kere, got 7.3%, and the rest was divided up among 4 opposition and independent candidates. Now, we just came from speaking with the opposition, who told me that they categorically reject these results. They say that they would never given access to the voter registration list in the first instance, that their delegates struggled on voting day to gain access to polling stations outside the city, and also that they still haven't been presented with the list of results yet. So they told me that they plan on contesting this election result through peaceful means, and we're waiting to hear from them later today on that. The voter turnout was put at around 68% in the Interior Minister's statement. There is a certain feeling here that there was a degree of voter apathy in this election, given that many felt that the election outcome was a foregone conclusion, with Ismail Omar Guelleh facing off against what is really a divided opposition. Back to you.
Well, as you say there, Clem, of course, that the opposition will be looking to challenge these election results in a peaceful manner, but of course, government in the meantime will start focusing on its next mandate. And have they made any pronouncement of what they intend to do with this new government?
Well, under Guelleh, Djibouti has enjoyed economic growth. There's been investment already in major infrastructure projects. Currently, there are over a dozen Chinese-funded infrastructure projects underway. And Guelleh's government said that it would continue in that. It cites that as a kind of a success of its rule so far over Djibouti. You know, that's largely down to its strategic location right on the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. That's one of the world's busiest shipping lanes. It's close to Yemen, neighbouring Somalia. That means that lots of countries have set up military bases here, which earns the country millions of dollars a year. It certainly plans on continuing to be a host for those bases, but it does have several pressing social and economic issues to address. Now, when you speak to people here, the main thing that comes up is a lack of jobs. They want their youth to have jobs. They want a better education for them. And that's something that the foreign minister said to me in an interview a couple of days ago, that there simply aren't enough jobs to absorb their graduates, and that the government wants to remedy that situation by moving Djibouti away from a service economy and towards becoming what he described as a logistics hub, but also a hub of connectivity. It has many of the submarine fibre optic cables running underneath, connecting the region and connecting the country elsewhere as well, and also a finance hub. And the foreign minister told me that the government sees Djibouti as becoming one day like Singapore or Dubai. Back to you.
All right, we'll have to leave it there, but thanks very much, Clementine Logan, live for us in Djibouti.